tell y'all something. I get a chance to talk my shit freely now. Before I even talk about them, let me talk about the people they've impacted. How about we start with that? Just some of them. When I first met Destiny's Child, that launched the career of one of the greatest artists the stage has seen in this modern day era by the name of Beyonce, that was because they were in the Bay by way of, I want to say, grassroots entertainment.
Oh boy.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And these amazing women needed A&R. They needed development. They needed somebody to put the cohesiveness together to make Destiny's Child who they became. Legendary pop girl group. Who are the founders of grassroots entertainment? We got Dwayne Wiggins right here from the one and only Toni. Keisha Cole.
Yep.
Zendaya. Kehlani was with a group called Pop Life.
Yes, sir.
Right? I remember this clearly because I was hosting an event at Laney College with Big Von.
Wow.
And Mr. FAB.
Ooh, you pulling
Big V.
Man,
I'm going deep, Tim. I gotta go deep.
You was there.
I was there.
You was there.
That's crazy.
I gotta go deep. All of these multi-platinum, multifaceted artists all had an origin. And you could lead that origin back to this amazing group. We only got really 4 official albums from them, but we play music from those albums decades later.
Absolutely.
They make classic music. They make authentic music. They make music that was created from the Bay Area. I remember them performing with groups, my favorite group of all time, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Rick James.
You got cussed out.
Glow.
That was one of the ones got cussed out by Rick James. Loving it, man.
Come on, man.
Yes,
These men have been very instrumental in catapulting the Bay and keeping the relevance there at a time when they came out. When that first album came out in 1988, it was called Who, and that was an affiliation with Foster and McElroy.
Yeah.
And we talked about Timex Social Club. And we talked about Club Nouveau and all of these different lineages that led to this group we know as Toni. When the revival came out in 1990 and they produced their own project and all those major hits start coming, this was at a time when R&B was being kind of frowned upon.
Yeah.
lightweight.
We'll talk about that, right? Yeah. So before that neo-soul era that we so, abundantly celebrate, which we should, shout out to neo-soul, before even when we start seeing the bad boy era of artists and R&B and hip-hop becoming that hybrid, Toni, in my opinion, was the first group to do that in the way that they did it successfully and not be stigmatized by being an R&B band, because the music they made worked across the board. Okay, I want to say this because I want us to acknowledge the royalty that's coming from our area called Northern California. If I spent the day here talking about all the accolades, all the awards, all the artists that these fellas helped blow up, we won't even be able to get a chance to say hi. But I will say this. I'm extremely and not to mention, I've been on some projects too. I always celebrate Instant Vintage when me and Ray was hanging out, and I was whooping his ass in ping pong.
You let that happen?
That's true.
I want to say thank you to you all, because when you came out with that first album, Life Is Too Short was coming out that same year. Hammer did his revised version of his album, Let's Get It Started. There was a lot of rap happening. I was working at the Music People at that time with the Blaine family.
Jason
Blaine and Elliot Blaine. And I got a chance to watch your music circulate, right? Because I was working in the back, and I didn't, I knew you guys. We all knew you being from Oakland. And it really educated me on how the business worked, watching you guys come up, watching Too Short come up. Me and King Tech put our first single out in 1988.
Of course.
Because of that, what I was learning from y'all. So the fact that they're back together, the world has another reason to celebrate because their music creates vibrations and energy in our blood cells that makes us feel good whenever we hear it. Put it together, ladies and gentlemen, and stand an ovation in your trucks, in your cars, on your treadmill, if you in your bed, on your headset. Give it up for the one and only Toni. Toni is here. They're here. Damn it. Fans in the building. Stand up, man.
When he said like that, you already know.
These dudes are from the Bay. They're not gonna say this. They're not gonna say this stuff. I'm gonna tell you. The Roots contracted them to work. This was before the Roots. They were doing the Roots before the Roots, right? And that's not a knock, you know, because Tariq made it a whole totally different dynamic, you know, Black Thought. But I want to welcome y'all to the show, man. It's good to see y'all. Y'all look good, too.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
What the hell y'all eating, Tim?
Everything.
Man, Dwayne Wiggins, Raphael, Tim, welcome to the show, man. Love to have y'all here.
It's good to be here. Always good to see you, Sway. You know that.
Absolutely,
always.
Man. Always good. And to have y'all here together, what inspired y'all to come back together again? Was it a moment? Is it something you saw?
Oh, yeah, it was definitely a moment.
That damn billboard put up around the lake, that inspired.
What billboard?
I put like this, well, I didn't tell them. We did a photo session at the studio. Yeah, we're good? Yeah, and with this photo session, and I just said, you know what, we should announce it on a billboard on Lakeshore, Grand Lake, the theater, like right across the street by the freeway. And then they sort of found out when they was walking down the street. They saw the picture.
What did the billboard say?
It's a picture of us.
Big ass,
We had a photo session.
Oh,
but nobody knew. Like management didn't know. Nobody knew. We didn't tell anybody. And I just said, man, where's that? I want to get that sign right there. And I got the sign, put it up, and then he called me. He was like, hey, did you put a sign up? I'm like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. And then Tim called me. Was like, hey, did you? I'm like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Then I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, man, I just wanted to announce it in Oakland where we started.
Yeah.
And what got us back together, like my dad loved this group, right? Our family do. We have nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews now. None of them actually know what we do. They don't even know why. They see, like, you know, plaques in my mother's house. I don't have plaques in my house.
You don't do that?
I don't do the plaques. But the kids don't know, like, so I thought it would be cool for them to see like what we do, and the parents to see us back together.
Right.
Uncles, aunties, you know, and really for like just the generation, the people sampling our music, and bands can't stay together because of, you know, economics, right? It's it's not enough money for them to stay together. They get older and they're like, I can't do this. It's no money. Like a lot of white groups make a lot more money, right? So groups tend to break up and do different things because the finance thing. It just happens like that. No shade or nothing. But for us, we really just love music.
Yeah.
You know, from day one, I mean, we just will play it for free anyway.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So we said, you know what? We should get back together and go thank everybody who put us on. Because the people put us on, it ain't us.
Yeah. That's what you're doing. So to thank everybody that put you on, it's like a thank you.
This is a thank you.
Reunion.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not like it's like not even a reunion. It's kind of like that, but we're going to do another tour in 24.
Okay. Or
another record.
Okay.
You know,
you're doing another record. Okay.
Yeah, we still making music, so we're like, let's get together and go see what we made out of. And, you know, being next to Wayne, like I tell everybody, I was good on my own.
Yeah.
I was dope on my own.
Yeah.
I'm nothing. I'm way better with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Like I knew I was good, but I knew how good I was with them.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to make no more records. I'm like, let me go hit these dudes up.
Did you know that too? Did you know that he was better with you than he was alone?
Yeah, he know that. He might not say it, but he knows.
Take it to that mic, Wayne. Go ahead.
I've always been in the moment. I mean, like I've always knew that when we get together, the energy is different. You know, because it's just the three of us, and that's why, you know, it's just like that whole vibe where I don't even have to look around when I'm on stage. I can tell where he's moving on bass or whether he's vocal. Wow. I can tell where it's a trip. And this cat right here, Tim being that genius type of person, a lot of people never trip off the fact that he plays keyboards.
Yeah.
They always see him on drums slamming. But nah, man, it's like we the glue. The three of us.
Yeah, see,
together
Tim wrote
is-
it never rains in Southern California.
You wrote It Never
And he
Rains in
played every
Southern
instrument on that.
Yeah.
Say something, Tim. Nobody ever heard your voice.
Hello.
I call him
Yeah.
Say Less.
Say Less. That's Say Less. Yeah, Tim wrote it. He just
Tim, you wrote that, huh?
yeah, he just threw me a CD. I was in the room. He just a cassette tape. Yeah, he came by and knocked on my door in L.A. threw this cassette tape in the room, and then he left. Then went to like the Beverly Center or something, and I just put the tape on. Like I'm like, what?
So
And that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
I love it. Tim, how you doing, man?
I'm good, healthy.
Amen.
I didn't know if we would see this again. Always prayed on it though, right? And I love that you guys stick together and come together this way. What did you learn though when you guys were apart? What did you learn about each other?
About each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we learned about each other. That is the truth.
Yeah.
I would say.
What'd you learn? You learned I was really dope.
How about you?
You learned I was dope.
About you?
You know what?
You figured I was really dope. So Ray is really dope. I didn't know he could do that. Yeah.
Is that Ray at the Grammys? What
Oscars? What?
the Oscars?
I knew everything about Dwayne. Nobody could tell me nothing about Dwayne. I could tell people things about Dwayne that they don't know. Right?
Okay.
But I mean, he likes to party. He likes to write music. He can't, and he rocks. Our family has a constant rock. If he stand up,
Oh yeah.
they can't stop moving.
Yeah.
They always moving. The grandkid, all of them, they all just be. I'll be checking on the
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Dwayne the same way. Got to
Okay.
keep a guitar. He's gonna buy a guitar in almost every city.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Just a bunch of guitars, and then he's gonna buy a mobile home and drive cross country.
That's what you do?
That's what I learned. I
That's
didn't
what you
know.
know.
Person,
Okay.
man. I feed off. Of,
You really
I
don't do
feed off
interviews.
Of energy. I mean, I'm a people person. You know that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying all day.
Yeah.
But I feel like the stage is my home.
Yeah.
Our home. You know, what I mean, it's like sitting in the living room with us.
Uh-huh.
That's the way we came together. Sitting in the living room watching Soul Beat and MTV, playing with everything that came on. You know what I mean? So, and then the Toni thing was basically the style of how we used to clown and dress. Started out in B-Town and all that.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
B-Town,
Mike
you gotta
Marshall out there,
Berkeley.
You know,
Berkeley.
It was different.
Yeah.
It was different. It was sort of like, you know what? When we first started coming to New York in 87, 88, you know how all the street vendors out there, everything.
Yeah.
That's what B-Town was like.
Berkeley was like
Wow.
Durant. Right
Yep,
on.
exactly.
Well, we learned about Tim is I went to Tim's house.
Here we go.
It was almost like the Blues Brothers because I had to like sort of recruit and talk to them and see where everybody was at. So I would go to Oakland and call Dwayne around 11 o'clock at night. Like, where you at? I'll be in Jack London Square. He like, where you at? We on the street. He come. He like, want to smoke one? He come down the street and then we just hang out on the street and we just talk for a while. He go his way. That's what we was doing for a while. And I go by Tim's house and to see him. And Tim used to have all his kids like they play basketball, they hoopers, they could ball. So they got usually it's like weights in there. And I walked up and it's all these boxes. I don't see the weights. I'm like, Tim, what are those boxes? All those boxes. He like, oh yeah, all those are like Christmas lights. I'm like, okay. What that's a lot of boxes. He like, yeah, man, last year I won first place in the neighborhood for the best house.
Like, that's what this fool do.
I was like, what? And then I was sitting there like, first place. And he was excited about it. Like, yeah, I woke up and the first place tag was on my house. And this neighborhood is like, looked like it could go down with the lights.
Right.
And I didn't know that about Tim. And he won first place. And I was like, then I drove away back to my house like, man, maybe I ain't living like this.
You have to respect that game,
Yeah,
man.
I have to respect that game. I was like,
you ain't never won first place for your Christmas lights.
man, I ain't never put no Christmas lights up.
He had the Clark Griswold house, like where everything was.
Everything.
It goes
Right?
It goes down.
I'll be remiss. So I'm going to let them jump in. I want to ask a few curiosity questions for you all because I know, you know, when you're from Oakland and the Bay Area, you see your friends and people you watch come up and they probably saw me and King Tex, you know.
Yeah, all of it.
All of us, you know, figuring our shit out, rapping, dancing, and then going to KMEL. You know, we We've all saw Digital Underground come up.
Oh, yeah.
This was all happening at the same time. Y'all remember those times?
Used to be in J
Everybody,
Jam
yeah.
studio, Blind Joe.
Uh-huh.
Brother had the studio in Oakland. Everybody came through. The Hammer was with the Holy Ghost Boys.
Yep.
And Shock G was working at Music Unlimited.
Music Unlimited,
My
yeah.
partners used to steal guitars from there. And
Why, Dwayne? Why, Dwayne? Why,
Put Alon on
Dwayne?
blast.
No, don't do that.
But
Don't
I'm
do
just
that.
saying,
Don't
we go back like that. So all of us developing each other in this one location. I mean, Mercedes was the one that introduced us to Pac. You know
So
what I mean?
Mercedes, his brother.
It's his brother, yeah.
Yeah, introduced you to Pac.
Nah, he didn't introduce you to Pac. We met Pac first.
You met Pac first.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then he came in the studio. We saw him at J Jam studio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He was upstairs. He was like, I rhyme. I said, let me hear you rhyme. Just so we like, you want to jump on this joint? We got feels good. And he was like, I didn't even know he was Pac's brother at that time.
Okay.
And then we found out he was Pac's brother. Yeah. I didn't know.
So what was your relationship with Pac at the? We were all hanging out doing.
Yeah, Pac was. I was telling somebody he was so much different when he got to death row. Of course, you know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
when I would see Pac, which everybody with death row hanging out, he would always make a V line away from everybody, and then walk up to me, and then like just start having a real conversation.
You remember what was on his mind at that time?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because he had like a fifth in his hand, like
Okay.
the shape of your pocket, that one, the curve, and he just took it and put it in his back pocket, and he was just looking at me. He just said, "You all right? You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. You good?" I'm like, "You good?" Because I could see Suge, I could see everybody, and I was looking at him like, "You good?"
Yeah.
And I was just looking at him like, "You good?"
Yeah.
And that's the conversation we would always have, like
still.
him coming from. It's weird to see like his life and Mobb Deep. Their lives was pretty much the same in the art world.
Yeah.
You know that? You heard that?
Speak on it.
You know what I mean? So they was both really just artists. That was like, rah, 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 rah. But they was both dancing, tapping, acting.
Okay.
In art school, both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's weird to see now to know years later how they was funking, but they both was basically, one was in ballet,
Yeah.
and they both was pretty
Actors.
much
Yeah.
doing the same thing. So it just he was definitely a method actor.
Okay.
There was a lot of energy in the town.
Pac
back
was
then.
definitely a method actor.
And if you was from the town, you felt that.
Yeah.
But when you was outside of the town, you didn't really say nothing.
But I think we were
Yeah.
all method actors, like
Yeah.
if in town, because as soon as every hood, you walk out your house, when your parents say bye, and you walk out the house, the time you hit the concrete, you got to turn to a different person to get to school and back.
Yeah, right. Do you think being musicians kept y'all out of trouble?
Oh yeah.
Because you rehearsed, right?
I know it did for me.
No, wait, wait. No,
guitar was
wait.
shit. If it wasn't
Now,
for that
Dwayne,
guitar,
Dwayne was like, Dwayne was probably it definitely kept me out of trouble. I mean, I'll be walking home from Tim's house 2 in the morning, and it'd be like 3 dudes in front of, what's it, Eats, the liquor store?
We talking about Sobrani Park.
Sobrani
Oh,
Park.
Soprani Park.
Brookfield,
okay.
really.
One way
Okay.
Yeah.
in, one way out.
So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
walking with my bass, and I'm like, dang, it's 3 dudes, 5 of them in front of the liquor store. I said, if I don't cross the street, they're going to think I'm scared of them. So I cross the street with my bass and walk to them and then walk past. And when they get real quiet, and then they look at me and go, that's Ray Wiggins. What's up? You be playing the talent shows.
Yeah.
Man, what you doing out this late? It always saved me.
It always saved
Now,
you.
but Dwayne is a different person.
Okay.
Dwayne is like probably the roughest dude, fighting, shooting dice. I would be hanging with Dwayne at dice games. He will stop and be like, let's shoot dice with these dudes. I don't even know how to shoot dice to this day.
Okay.
Dwayne shooting dice, winning everybody money, and I'm just sitting there, his little brother behind him like, how we gonna get out of here? Like with the money, and he's singing
Because
to
you
them.
know how cats be like,
And he's-
man, give us a chance to win our money.
They
back.
don't want to let you leave when you shoot
lost.
dice. Yeah.
And he's singing "Back Door, Little Joe." So that's where I got that from on Snoop's record, "Midnight Love."
Yeah.
That's "Back Door,
Little
Little Joe"
That's where you got it from?
from him.
I
He
mean,
was,
that was a saying on it. It's just a little saying,
Yeah.
I want to bet the fade. I got the new.
there you go, bro. There you go.
Help him out, Ray. Help your big brother out.
Okay, here we go. You see how
Okay,
how
there
that
you go.
works?
But he
Sound
was
great.
he was cool, but he was probably the one that was closer to being not in trouble, but would take more risk than I would or Tim would. Dwayne had a van. He would open the van up and go drive up. He don't remember this. He looked at me like, what? He would drive up. He would drive up in his green van, and he had a van in 10th grade. With a bed in it.
At Castlemont?
Yes.
At Castlemont.
Why you had a bed in it?
With a bed in it and a fireplace.
No whipped out van, but we did our thing to it, so we kind of personalized it, and then it became a thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Dwayne
that good time, man.
Great.
Stop me.
Dwayne will open up the van and have a dice game in the van.
That sounds fire.
And hold on, we did take it to the road. I used to break everybody, take all their per diem money, man.
Who you shoot dice with that ain't from the town that you took their money? What artist?
That ain't from the town?
Yeah.
Oh, what artist was I in Vegas with that? When we was doing Prince's Club, I can't. No one super big, but no, just a lot of artists.
No, like dude's name Swain though. It was really a Royal
Swain
Park.
was one dude, a Royal Park.
Okay.
But Candyman, I broke his ass.
Candyman?
Back in the day.
Knocking boots,
Nah, I
Candyman?
broke his ass. Boy, in the back. Man, because we was R&B, and then most of the rappers thought, I was like, we suck them in. Like, hey, you want to play? Yeah, let's play. Let's say something. Suck their ass up.
Got him.
What? Clicking them like this.
You might have to pause you, man. Get your brother.
I told you he was the one.
But then guess what? That's why I learned how to count, these things in the record, and counting them numbers quick.
When it came to contracts.
When it came to contracts, oh yeah, we put it together.
Everybody talks about their first contract. How was y'all's?
I guess we couldn't count too well.
You know what?
Well, the best thing about it is we were signed to our partners. Foster McElroy. But we got signed for literally 6 G's each. So when people talk about the bad deals, no such thing as that. You make it what it is. You are the money. That's what I learned. Get out there. First of all, we like performing live.
Okay.
And a lot of people, even like when we go back on our first tour. Our first tour was with Earth, Wind and Fire. They didn't even know that we were a band. Cause they looked at our album cover and they heard the music and they thought we were rap groups, so to speak. You know what I mean? So we showed up, Red Rocks.
Tracks,
They sent sound check. We came up and said, well, what do we set up? They say, the mics is right there. I was like, no, we got a band. We drove our equipment from the town and everything. So Maurice White looked out for us and gave us our own board.
Maurice White gave you your own board?
Gave us our own board.
For the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
He really didn't want us touching their shit. Okay. So he was just like, get them now. But that was real game. And after that, we was on the NWA tour. We went from Earth, Wind and Fire to NWA.
NWA.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, we was on the tour in the movie when you see it like in Detroit and Houston when the cops came. We was on that tour.
Y'all was on that tour.
Yeah.
If they would have said they didn't want to perform a song or something. If they did it, they was going
after police and then it would be.
Y'all was on that tour?
Yeah, I was on that show.
So what was it like? Because I do recall by that time I'm at Cameo. No, I didn't get to Cameo till '90, I believe. But there was a kind of when rap started becoming real dominant.
Yeah, it was dominant. Yeah,
it was hard for R&B.
Yeah,
right?
it was
we did a show together on Mission. What was that college? The school right there?
San Francisco City.
San Francisco.
Yeah, we did a show together. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
What was that like though? Because y'all didn't really get stigmatized, like y'all in Vogue. I didn't feel like y'all got the same backlash as R&B was kind of catching it.
I think R&B at the time was because I was really good friends. Not really. I was trying to meet Tribe Called Quest.
Okay.
I wanted them to remix a song for us, and when I went to the studio, they were all in the room, and I played them the record, and nobody said nothing.
What was the song? Do you remember?
All the Way. It's on the Revival album. It was already done. I just wanted a remix, and because I heard their music, and I was like, but nobody was really saying nothing. They was playing. It was really quiet. But then I figured it out. It wasn't cool for hip hop cats to rhyme on R&B albums at the time. So I figured it out. I'm in the room. It's a Battery.
Yeah.
And
Battery Studios.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking like, oh, they think I want them to rap. I don't. I know they can't really do that. It's violating. Yeah. So I said, hold on, stop. I said, yo, check it out. I don't want y'all to rap on it. I just want y'all beats. I want the drums. I want y'all drums. And they all were like, whoa. Yeah. And then we've been friends since.
So this was for Tip and Ali Shaheed. Who was this for specifically?
Well, they all was in the room. Fife was in the room. The whole tribe was in there. The whole crew. Everybody was in the room.
Dope.
They was all in the room, but when they found out I didn't want them to rhyme on it, they were happy.
Changed the energy.
Then they made beats, and then we became friends.
Dope.
And then then he ended up doing, rapping on my songs, singing on them. Now he sings.
Yeah,
Now
right.
he sings.
Yeah, right.
And,
Ain't that something?
It's the flip.
It's the flip.
Yeah, his whole
Q-Tip
album,
can sing,
he
man.
sang,
I mean, it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't cool to be R&B. I tell them R&B was getting a little cheesy at this time.
Yeah.
So I understood why they were like, we got a good thing going with hip hop. Hip hop is very strong beats, a lot of great samples, jazz, funk, R&B. But we sort of represent what they actually
Blues.
like. You know
Right.
what I mean? So the things that they sample is the things that we were doing. So
Y'all were playing.
That's what drew me to you guys too. Like well, being here out here on the East Coast, I was a Soul to Soul fan. Like I love
good.
Soul to Soul.
We used
It's
to hang
just
out the fridge in London.
really.
Yeah, we used to hang out that club with them
Wow.
back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, I know I did.
I always wanted. It's so funny hearing you say you went to Tribe because I've always wanted, just as a fan, for you guys to all work together. I don't know if that ever was an idea or something, but I love Soul to Soul, and when I first heard you guys, it reminded me of that energy. Like I just loved it. So it was accepted in my house and in my hood. Everybody was rocking Tony because it was just the underbeats of it. It just felt like hip hop, but singing and beats. I don't know, dancing. We were doing all of that to y'all's music.
yeah,
You know what blew me away is when we were in Trinidad and when Ray hooked up with Ali.
Yeah.
And we were over in Trinidad, doing
Ali
our thing.
Shaheed?
Yeah, Shaheed,
And
yeah.
ended up couldn't keep it to myself with
Yeah,
that
I
beat.
can't keep it to
so I
myself.
didn't know about the other part, Ready to Go All the Way, but that did, because I think it was his manager was Chris Lighty.
Chris Lighty.
Yeah. Rest in
Who
power.
was
One and only.
The legendary.
That's
so
my
Yeah.
so we had a little. Ray was cool with everybody. I didn't know everybody. I'm the bigger brother, so
Okay.
I'm kind of like. I remember. I think who was it called? Say, oh yeah, this is Chris Lighty calling about us coming over there to do such. I said, coming over here to do what? He said, do a track with Ray. I was like, who said that? So I didn't know. And I was like, hey man,
Yeah.
who's this? And so magically it came together when he set that beat, and Ray, I remember you laying it out. I didn't. I mean, I knew of him, but he was really into how it all worked. And I just saw that magically come together. I couldn't keep it to myself. That
I'm a real New York kid, so
Yeah.
I spent time with the
that
Jungle
was so
Brothers.
dope. Yeah,
The
But
Jungle
everybody,
Brothers.
yeah.
Yeah, I hit the streets of New York. When we got a record, I was waiting to get to New York because I had never seen a brownstone until '86.
Wow.
I only saw it on TV, so I went to I had to see a brownstone. I'm like, 'cause a stoop. I wanted to see it because, we couldn't, and
Yeah.
if we let a fire hydrant go, we'd go into jail probably.
Yeah, they're arrested us
Wow.
really quick.
yeah, pretty much.
can't-
Couldn't
So-
get away with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we were like, I think just to answer your question, we were like everything that they sampled. Tribe was sampling like Slide and Family Stone. You know what I mean? So when I heard what they were sampling, then I started listening to everybody else. I'm like, wow, they in between Ice Cube and Tribe. Like Ice Cube told me, I said, how your drums get so dirty? He was like, bro, you got to go to the swap meet and you got to get these break beats from 45 Kings.
Yeah.
And then I just went to the swap meet and I just bought every 45 King. And I started listening. I'm like, oh, this is just the
Yeah, I
meters.
remember,
This is
yeah.
everything I already know.
Yeah.
So,
Mark the 45.
Mark the
King.
45
Yeah,
King.
Mark the 45
from the
King.
Flavor Unit.
Shout out producer.
Jersey.
Jersey,
Chill-
Queen Latifah,
Chill Rob G.
He worked with,
Yes.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary. Mark the
45 King.
and those are the same because he put out those volumes of break beats, and that's what we used to use on the Wake Up Show.
Yeah.
And dudes used to freestyle.
Ain't that something, man? On two
Right?
different coasts,
what was the
aligning
greedy,
like
greedy,
each other
greedy
like
beats?
that.
What joint was that? Was it called Greedy?
The Greedy Beats?
Yeah.
think Oh, the Greedy Beats.
Oh, that was dope. Yeah, I don't know what
I
that
used to
was.
hear that at Silks all the time. I used
Yeah.
to be sitting there like, what the hell is that?
So he throwing it back. He said Silks.
Silks. So Silks is an old school club out of the Bay Area, out of Oakland. That's just like infamous. Where
Okay.
like everybody went there. From
8 in the morning.
Yeah, from the athletes to the
8 in the morning?
the
Yeah, that's
D-boys
when
to
we got out, you know.
yeah. It was crosswinds.
Yeah, Rick James used to hang out there. And,
Yeah.
and just
All-
lure everybody. But
The legends were. Tim, what you say? I'm sorry.
You're so stupid.
That's where Hammer got his start.
that is.
There you go.
Yeah, he did.
That's where
Troop jackets and all.
Wow.
I told you he'd say less. He just get right to it. That's
Hammer
what-
used to come out, right?
Yeah.
And he
Ringham
Ringham.
was dope in the town before he ever even got a deal. And so seeing, you know what, when I see Short and all that, I think about Royal Park, you know, when people are selling dollar joints and the whole bit, and we'd be rehearsing right across the street, this, that, and just to see all of those artists and who they are today. It's like, man, we are really not just living, we are alive and really living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Living this life
man.
every day, you know what I mean? One thing we always talk stuff about, and you're going to hear him talk about, say, Dwayne, you don't like to rehearse. I'm like, man, I can't rehearse this life. I live this shit.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, you ain't got
all the time. It's a real thing.
You
know what I mean?
Come on, man.
No, but
he rehearsed
I mean,
now.
40. Yeah, I know. This fool made me rehearse. Man, in the LA, when we started rehearsing for the tour.
I've seen it online, all over the Instagram.
I was like, I told Tim, I said, you think Wayne gonna come to rehearsal? I said, if he don't come to rehearsal, he gonna look lost up there.
Yeah, no, I can't.
So he came in a few times. You saw it. Yeah. I came to Wayne video. I was like, oh yeah, he coming. He was calling me. What time we start? Every day. I was like,
man, he had some badass musicians. Like, first of all, us starting out was the three of us. Just we were like showing some more Black Police stuff in the room with just hella guitar pedals, and we never really sang. We just did hooks, but we always played behind badass vocalists, the Hawkins singers.
The Hawkins.
Cavaliers coming up and whatever else. So this man has always been able to find some of the most dopest musicians. When it came down to putting a band together for us, well, when I came to rehearsal, I saw the young Sharky. I was like, man, who's that little kid? That boy is bad as shit. Yeah. So I was just started seeing all these other bad musicians. And I was like, yeah, I'm coming, because that's my energy. I love working with the youth or the next generation, because I know it's reciprocal. I mean, I know I'm going to learn something and stay on the radar.
Let's talk about
listening to that.
Let's talk about the next generation. Tony is here. We're going to come back. We're going to open up the phone lines too. 888-742-3345. Hey is here. Wayne is here. The whole crew. This is family. Tim.
Yes, sir.
Did we bump into each other at a restaurant?
Sure.
What city?
In Marin City?
Oh, you going way back, huh?
Okay. Just leave you right there.
Marin City.
Not Marin, Sausalito.
Sausalito.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when we got the record.
That's where we did the album.
I'm sure.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. It's a reason I'm gonna leave it there. Go ahead.
Tim, since we haven't heard much from you today, and we just played that song, that is, like, for me, classic Tony, right? Mm-hmm. I think that is, if you think it's a Tony song, that is one song that comes to mind. Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering, what was, like, the inspiration behind it? I'm just so curious about the inspiration behind a lot of the songs that you guys wrote. I know you wrote it and then gave it to Raphael, but like, what were you going through? What was in your mind? What was the day like for you?
Well, Tim wrote the music.
Oh, sorry. Who wrote the lyrics?
I did.
I'm sorry. So
but
he
had to be going through something to write that music, because that's what inspired me to write any lyrics. So I could never had a lyric. So what were you going to, like, musically?
Yeah. It's a long time ago, my brother.
Oh my God.
But I will say, I don't know. I was just in a vibe. And that's what just came out.
I love that. And what about you in terms of the lyrics?
It just felt like that. We were recording in Marin, in Sausalito. Mm-hmm. Every day we driving past a prison in San Quentin prison, and then you passing through all this beautiful water and all these nice houses, and every day. How long were we in Sausalito?
About a year at least.
Wow, like a year. So I'm seeing this every day. I think it was just part of the beautiful weather in the Bay. I mean, the Bay has the most beautiful weather because it don't get too hot, and it's always beautiful. You know what I mean? So, and I just think it just came out and it just popped out like that. I don't even know what happened. I guess it's a perfect storm. He passed it off, and Dwayne ran in the room and said, "Well, it sounds good, but it's probably one thing missing. You got to say, now it may be cold on the East Coast, on the other side of town it never rains," and that was the glue to end the song. And for the record, no East Coast, we was not dissing the East Coast at all.
Yeah.
Never. It was a lyric that worked, because when we in New York, people want to get out of New York and go somewhere during the winters, right? They go to Florida or something like that. Mm-hmm. In the Bay, we don't have to go nowhere.
We right there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Can I jump in real quick?
That video.
Let Tracy jump real quick, and then
Sorry, Tracy.
No. You're fine, DB. What I always think is funny when it comes to artists who really service us timeless music is there's so many different entry points for fans of different generations to get to know Toni. You know, like there's adolescents from the late 80s that are like, nah, this was the soundtrack of my life. There's adolescents in the 90s that are like, this is the soundtrack of my life. And then you go into the 2000s, and I think one of the biggest records of the early 2000s was Diary with Alicia Keys. And you, when you're mentioning New York and how that's not a diss to New York, it made me think of Alicia since she's from New York. Yeah. And also Sway, just thinking about generations. I would love to hear how that song came together. And also, since we spoke about a period, Raphael, where you said R&B was a little bit corny, what did you think about R&B at the start of a new millennium?
You mean now or when we came along?
Yes, when you came along.
When we came, I just felt like it was being watered down because of MTV, right in front of me. I mean, everybody was trying to. MTV was a great pop. You know, I watched it every day.
Yeah.
But I just felt like it was hard for people to keep the grit that they had. You know, like, you know, Earth, Wind, and Fire was singing, like, keep your head to the sky. Then it was, like, magnetic. Mm-hmm. It was pushing people in a different direction. So it kind of got, I guess the best R&B I felt that was really R&B, the last of it was Solar Records. Shalimar,
yeah.
Whispers. And
was Jody Watley Solar?
Oh, yeah, all of that.
Yeah, okay.
All of that. I think after that, it was kind of like, it was kind of like, you know, it was good, but it wasn't that, you know, Al Green when you just like, you know, this is my record.
Yeah.
You know, this is my record. I think for me, that's when it
okay. And so then Alicia Keys, did that give you hope for R&B?
Well, Alicia had worked with Dwayne and Tim.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, that's a strange.
Around.
That just came about going back. Okay, I met Alicia when Michael Malden from the label. I was finishing the Destiny's Child.
Jermaine Dupri's dad. Yeah.
I was finishing Destiny's Child project, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna send this young lady out, an artist out here for you to produce." And so I was already finishing them, and then Keisha the Cole was living in the studio, the House of Music.
Keisha used to live in the studio.
Yeah, right.
Like washed her face there.
Yeah. No, Keisha got a chance to see what it took for an artist to write a hit. You know what I mean? She watched Alicia come and work on one song for 2 or 3 weeks on one part and this, that, and the other and such. So living in the house, that's mentoring. That's you saying like, you just can't go in there and just sing anything. Yeah. You got to perfect it. So that was a
artist
good time
development.
for us. Yeah, that's what it is. Right there. Exposure is key. I learned that. But basically, we hooked up back then. Okay, things happened. I guess she got dropped from that label, whatever, such. But we did a song called "If I Was Your Woman" first.
Of course.
And we did it at Live Oak Studio.
Oh, yes.
I think Michael Baldy got mad at me because we took it somewhere. I mean, she was the reason why. She was like, "Oh, let's take it somewhere different." We made that bad boy sound like a rock song, but it was still delivering the whole thing. He's like, "Hey, man," I said, "do a remake." What's that? I said, "It's a remake. It's different." He's like, "Man, can you make it sound like the song more?" I said, "Okay." So that was the first time she got dropped. Later on, when she got signed by J Records, which took it
Clive
to the next
Davis.
level. Yes, Clive Davis. Yes,
Little Larry Jackson. He was Little Larry Jackson back then.
Yeah. So ain't that a trip?
Larry Jackson, all from the Bay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Clive Davis label should have been called
Clive.
No, You Can't Lose Records.
No,
you can't lose. They just hit after hit, huh?
That's good.
So that was a different time.
Or if you do lose, you can't stay. But that was a different time, right?
Right. But and then when she so I didn't get a chance to work on the first album. When she was working on the second album, she called and said, "Hey, Dwayne, I want to get that Toni vibe on this next album. Can we do something together?" I said, "Cool." I said, "All right." So called Tim to let's go out there and do something, and let's bring some of the band members out there, and that's how it happened. Ray was doing some things on the solo tip at the time. He didn't get a chance to get in the studio, but everything we do, like when you start mentioning those people, Zendaya, whoever
Destiny's
you mentioned,
Child,
Destiny's
Kalani,
Child, it's all through the lens of Toni, because even if he's not there, he's there.
He's there, right? You feel that way too with the people you produced solo too, right?
Oh yeah, because I mean, when we put records out, I never was like a producer. So when I work with artists, I say I'm not really the producer. I'm just, because I'm more comfortable saying we're just a band, because that's how I started.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Just in a band, I had a lot of covering, like with them around me. You don't know who's whack or who, we get to figure it out together. But then when you by yourself, I'm just never by myself. I always put myself in a band situation if I'm producing a
Lucy
record.
Pearl. right?
That's right. Lucy
boy.
Pearl. Yeah.
Yeah, band situation.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm on the Instant Vintage album. I just want to say
Yes,
that
he
again.
is. Sway opening up.
I just want to say that again for the
Again.
And that's what made
10,000
it
times.
instantly vintage.
Oh man, I was so happy Ray called me for that. Yo, go ahead, DB.
So before you guys came in here, I was playing House Party off the House Party soundtrack, House Party 2. And you guys have had a lot of songs featured on soundtracks. I'm a huge movie fan. We had Omar Epps here the other day. I think Just Me and You was in
Menace.
no, not Menace. Jesus, Higher Learning. Higher Learning. I believe that Menace had a song in there, but House Party is my favorite. So I just wanted to know, how did you get on the soundtrack and featured in the film, because you perform it at the Pajama Jam? So did you get to keep the pajamas?
Yeah, we got those
Dwayne
original
has
pajamas right now. I'm a hoarder. I collect. Yeah, we
Dwayne
still
has
got
the PJs.
all that stuff. But I remember when we started that track. I forgot. Was that the
That's a
Bounce
church
Around
song.
track?
That's a
Oh,
church
yeah,
song
definitely, yeah.
called. What's the name of the song?
I don't know what you come.
Yeah, I don't know what you come to. It's like a testimonial type of
Okay.
song.
Sing that.
Yeah, you know
It's
that.
a call and response song in the church.
Exactly.
I don't know what you come to do.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what you come to do. I come to clap my hands, my
Yeah,
hands.
and they took
I come to
100% of
Yeah.
it.
So for the record, we consistently pay our tithes.
They
They
took
took
100.
100% of the public. Who are they?
We tied it up. It's
Somebody.
I didn't know you could do that with a church hymn.
Yeah, we gave it to him. He's
Yeah.
like, all right, cool.
But they sent a letter and said, "Hey, yeah." We was like, "Hey, man, just give it to
The
him."
way we got into the movie was George Jackson. Who
Okay.
passed away, rest in peace. He wanted us to be in it. He's a director. He ended up being the president of Motown Records for a minute, and he asked us to do it, and we said, cool. We threw the song together. We were actually on tour. We came and shot the film and jumped back on the tour bus and left. That was pretty much it.
That's another cold fusion of our music. When you think about it, you're talking about how the evolution of how it came around, you being in the hip hop, and the thing is, we used a lot of the 1200 drum machine.
Yeah, the
You know what I
SB
mean?
1200.
Yeah, the SB 1200.
Made
Once you
by
put like a
Emu.
Wurlitzer and
Yes.
our guitar vibe and the way we play, once you put that dirty ass drum set, drums, it takes on another character.
Yeah.
You know what I
Spit.
mean? And so
I just bought a new one. Well, it's a replica of the old one.
You gotta hook up with EA Ski.
for real,
I already on them.
You already got it?
I'm
Yeah.
already
Okay,
on them.
EA Ski just designed a whole new SB 1200 for Rostrum. Is it Rostrum? Rostrum? Yeah, it's coming out next month.
you know who's a beast programmer?
EA Ski from Oakland, by the way. Yes. Who's that?
Of course.
Easy Mo B.
Easy Mo.
And man, I
Get
had
that,
a
man.
battle
That's-
in the studio with him on that
Yeah,
bad
Easy
boy.
Mo B, yeah.
Had a beat battle?
Oh man, this how Alicia introduced me to him.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you battle with Easy Mo B.
Hey,
Who
I'm a
won?
beast
How?
with that 1200. No,
How?
Hey man, I samples myself, my 1200.
Now Dwayne
You know what I
was
mean?
good, but that's like me saying, you know what I mean.
I didn't say I won the
boxed a
battle.
little bit.
Yeah.
I brought Mike Tyson in the ring and I beat him up.
That's what it's like, right? Easy Mo B.
No.
If I call Mo B now, he'll
Oh man.
say that's true.
Look, I caught.
Yeah.
Look,
No.
I caught-
No, he won't call it a battle because I didn't say I won. But what it is look, he didn't know. He's
Easy
like,
Mo
I'm R&B
B.
dude on the guitar, and that 1200 over there. I'm like, sound nice, man. He's like, yeah, this is 1200. I say, I know. He's like, and we were doing the song "If I Was Your Woman." So I had already did it with Alicia with the 1200 and my sitar and a whole bit. But when we re-freaked it and I came to New York, she said, I want Easy Mo B to do the drums. I say, who is oh boy? I mean, I didn't know everything about him. But he was over there programming, and I'm a beast with that 1200. So he was like, you know something about this? I said, yeah. He said, you want to mess with? I said, yeah. Slid on over there. Boom, 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 boom. See, I got the dirty tricks. I'm like, I know how to pull a chord out a little bit, and it takes the high frequency off where your kicks just start like a 909. He's like, how you do that? Like, see.
He said,
So
Easy Mo B
traded our
said,
tricks.
how you do that?
But then he came back and
Dwayne,
showed me
it's a
some
lie.
other stuff. I was like, well,
Easy Mo B asked you how you do that?
I mean, he did.
So
I had to ask him, how did you do it? I mean, he was writing. I was doing, I was scratching the surface, but I was like, I watched that man.
Dwayne
just
was
go.
really good on it, but I just bought one. I can't do anything on it. So Dwayne gave me some sounds, people sending me sounds, and I hit up Easy Mo B to actually get for him to tutor me. So when I get back after tour, he's gonna come
Easy Mo B?
Easy Mo B and sit with me so I can figure it out.
It was more like tutoring, like you said.
Okay.
To me, it was a battle. I'm
It's
like,
crazy.
He don't know it's a battle though, right?
No, he
okay,
don't know
okay,
it's a
I
battle.
get
He
it.
just know I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Okay.
once I go back.
All right, we got a few more minutes, and then you got to get with EA Ski. Trust me.
Yeah, Ski always.
Hey, you want to learn how to rock that thing? Get with Easy Mo B and get with A Ski.
Because right now it's just like I'm just looking at it.
Yeah.
He's in the room.
Yeah. We got Lord Rab on the line from Oakland. Lord Rab, what up? What's up? No Vultures podcast is in the building. What up, Lord Rab?
Yo.
What's going on, man?
Come on, give it up for Lord Rab. He been on the show. He came up, matter of fact, when who was here, Rab? Was it Kehlani?
Yeah. No.
It was. We didn't even mention Gabby Wilson.
It was Gabby.
Her.
Gabby was in Pop Life.
Yeah,
Her.
right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched her
All
go
of that
from
came through
Kings,
Tony.
Bananas.
The lens
That's
of
where I
Tony,
was
Tony,
going.
Tony, yes.
Y'all was transitioning into the youth, and I was gonna say how many people that they touched and what they lineage, even from people that was their peers to the new people, like even Jane Hancock.
Hancock. Name them, Rab.
Oh, man.
Oh man, you got like I said, you got Pop Life, which was Zendaya. You got her, Jane Hancock. You got who else is in there?
Kehlani.
Keisha Cole, Kehlani, Destiny Child. And I want to clear this. I want to ask this: did y'all have Destiny Child running and singing at the same time in Oakland?
Oh yeah,
Like training?
But no, we moved him from Houston, Texas. Put him in a pad over by the lake, and that's me doing Pop Life. You know, basically my sons Dylan and Jaden were, producers of music with that whole thing, and I was just the overall production, exposing. It was sort of like a mentoring thing, but that producing Destiny's Child gave me the opportunity to learn how I wanted to work with youth, and that's why I started the nonprofit and all that stuff. But producing them, I had to hire tutors. They were under 18.
Yeah.
So I learned how to structure deals entirely different. I had done deals with Fox, Motown, whoever, such and such. My first deal was Kenya Groove with
Kenya
Hologram. And so by the time I got to them, it was different. I was like, oh, what's all this stuff I got? They're under 18. It's a different type of deal. It's much more structured.
Hey,
Hiring tutors and everything. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Rab.
We always looking for a score for Oakland, huh?
Oh my God! Yes,
Beyonce was running Lake Mary.
Remember that?
I wasn't around. I wasn't around.
You didn't make a run.
No, I wasn't around for the whole Destiny Child thing. I was already gone.
Yeah, you were when I brought him to Sacramento at the pad. I think I was producing Karen White, and I
don't
brought
even
them
remember
to,
him.
I know.
Man.
He stayed upstairs, and we down in the garage. He was waiting to meet.
But I want to say we went by that really fast.
Yes.
His two kids, Dylan and Jaden. It's hard. They're killing the game right now. They was in Pop Life, all them people, but they killing the game. They producing.
What's the name of their new group?
Hello Yellow.
Hello Yellow.
Hello
Yeah,
Yellow.
Hello Yellow.
Now,
Hello Yellow.
Pop Life wasn't meant to be a group. It was like I was putting together this thing where I could mentor kids and making sure my sons was going to be focused and stuff. My daughter Alon was involved in everything.
Yeah.
It was a family thing. But the band just got hot.
Got big. Y'all had an all-star team,
Man,
bro.
it
Y'all
was
was like the
stomping people
U.S.
out on
team at the
stage,
Olympics
man.
with LeBron and everybody.
Yeah, man, I learned a lot.
Rab, thank you, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow No Vultures podcast. Shout out to my cousin Clee. Salute, Rab. I'll be home.
Hey, wait, one more thing before I go. I go. I'd like to thank y'all for getting back together, man. We all so happy. But there's one more thing y'all got to at least do for Oakland. Ray, you got to stop harboring that cougar. You got to sell it or bring it outside, man.
Uh-oh.
Ray used to have a serious cougar.
You don't want to know the story about that
cougar.
That cougar is gone, bro. It's gone.
It's done?
It's gone. Yeah.
Bring the cougar outside, man.
Yeah. I'll show you the next one now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rab, have a good day. Hey, man, hug Cleve for me, Rab. Love you. All right.
Much love, bro.
Peace. We gotta conclude. Unfortunately, but once, like, I reiterate what he said. I echo what he said. Thank you for getting back together, man. And for me personally, it's like watching people I went to school with, grow up with, and we all restart dreams. Right. God is great.
Yes,
and
man, thank you. Man, and congratulations to you, man, what you've done, man. We watching you. I watch you all the time, bro. Everything you're doing is beautiful, man. To watch you just come up, your trajectory is amazing, bro.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot.
Inspiration, 100.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because we know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see you sometimes
Sway
on some of the interviews. I'm like, oh, Sway about to turn Oakland a little bit. He had to turn it down. I forgot somebody was getting hella loud with him on the thing.
Sway always answering my calls, no matter how big he get.
Thanks, Ray.
And always come back to the time, man. You are
real quick, your thoughts
brother.
on Usher holding the R&B torch as long as he has, performing at the Super Bowl. A year ago, everybody was screaming the narrative, R&B is dead. Yeah. Everybody.
All I say, man, my name's Usher Raymond. I wrote a song with him, and the first thing I said in the song, I said his name, Usher Raymond. And so Snoop is one of Snoop's million records.
Yeah.
But yeah, Usher, we love it. Usher, go do it, kill him, bro. We love you. And he's an amazing dude. Just on a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Dude is like, he 100. We love him. And,
he is we.
I'm happy that he's
100.
He's in front of as many people, eyeballs as he can possibly be in front of. That's what we want.
There you go, man. Representing Tony, man. What this new project? What kind of messaging are y'all touching on?
Humble stuff, man. Really humble. Just show how humble we are. You know, not to bite off the great king himself,
Kendrick.
Yeah, but I did write a song called Humble. Like a song called Humble.
Not Humboldt County.
And it's not Humboldt County, even though Dwayne is the biggest herb smoker in America today.
Damn, that's a big title.
No. But I'm just saying, it's a very, it's a humbling record. It's just for us. It's for everybody, and it feels good.
Yeah, good feeling record.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's not one of them records you come back and your record is trash. It ain't that.
It ain't that. Of course not. Couldn't be. Tony. Give him a big round of applause, man. Thank you for coming through.
Yes.
You got Just Me and You. What do you?
Time in is everything.
Just Me and You tour. Shit, I'm hitting a couple of dates.
Oh man, Radio City's gonna be crazy.
Okay, I just need all access so I could just walk around. I ain't gonna be in your way. I just want to be able to
walk
walk
real
around.
fast. You just gonna point you to yourself and
got it.
Okay,
walk on in.
All right, give it up for Dwayne. Give it up for Tim. Give it up for Raphael. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Tony. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for hanging in there. To all the citizens, this was great. Stay on the right side of positivity. Let's end with a Tony song. And on that note, citizens, we have nothing left